Hey everyone, my name is Justin and I'm doing this awesome nutrition game about eating Nifty and Thrifty. So we're going to talk about some cool tips to save money while you're at home or at the grocery store. Does anybody want to try out our game?
I do.
Hi, what's your name?
Yessie.
Yessie, good to meet you.
Thank
Do you have any cool tips that you use yourself when shopping or cooking at home to save money?
I like to make a list beforehand, before going to the grocery store.
Yeah, making a list can be really helpful to help avoid impulse buys and know what you're getting, and you kind of usually know the price of those items, I'm guessing, right?
Yeah.
So that makes sense. Up here we have a bunch of cool tips, but I'm going to ask you a few trivia questions, and each of these trivia questions have a cool tip associated with it for eating thrifty. Do you want to try it out?
Yeah, sure.
So let's do 3 spins. Let's see if you can answer 3 of these. I will test your knowledge. Go for it.
Number 3.
Number 3. So our number 3 is to save money and time. It is best to A, shop at multiple grocery stores for the right deals. B, buy prepared foods to save time. C, buy generic or store brands from just 1 or 2 stores. Or D, all of the above.
I think I'm going to go with D, all of the above.
That's a pretty tough one, actually. B, prepared foods. Prepared foods can actually be more expensive. So if you buy something like a pre-made salad or something like that, it can actually be more expensive. And A, shopping at multiple grocery stores, while it can save you money on the best deal, you also might waste time and gas by doing that.
True.
And time is money.
That's a good saying.
Yeah. So there's that. Buying generic brands or store brands, though, can typically help save, although that's not always the case. So you always want to check the price. Checking the unit price especially is really helpful. So you want to try another? Oh, actually, let's put the card up here. I have a number that's associated with that. So we'll grab a number 3. So we'll do one more question. Try it out. Boom. 6. So 6. So one way to avoid spending too much while eating out is to A, eat before you go out with your family or friends. B, take a healthy meal or snack with you in a container for on the go. Or C, drink water. Or D, all the above.
I want to say all of the above again.
You're right.
Yay!
You're right. Because you can save money if you don't actually spend money eating out. Or you can just buy something small like an appetizer if you have to go out with your friends, and drink water. And drinking water is pretty much always free everywhere you go. Drinking water at home on the tap is also cheaper than bottled water if you're able to filter it. You don't have to worry about contaminants, although Denver water is pretty good. We're lucky. So let's grab number 6. Set that to the side. Cool. So we'll do one more question, and then I'm going to ask you for your tip. We'll go one more time. Number 4. So, one way to save money buying ground meats. This is a toughie. A, buy in bulk and freeze when it is on sale because it is nearing the expiration date. B, buy cheaper, fattier cuts of meat and rinse some of the fat off with a strainer after cooking, and then you can briefly reheat and season. C, both A and B. Or D, only buy ground poultry.
Both A and B. So letter C.
Yeah, interesting, right? So you can always buy in bulk, and if something's on sale, buying in bulk and freezing it can save you money. But the harder one was buying cheaper cuts of ground meat. The cheaper ones are usually the fatter ones. So if you cook that meat down and then put it in a strainer, then you can actually rinse up to half the fat off the meat and then warm it back up and re-season it. So it's a little extra work, but it actually saves saves you quite a bit of money if you think about it that way. You can rinse out to half the fat and get rid of a lot of the calories. So there's that. So let's grab number, what was that?
4.
4. Set it to the side. Cool. So after all that, I also want to write your tip down too. Well, you had a good tip at the beginning.
Oh yeah, making a grocery store list.
Making a grocery store list. So we're going to actually do that. So, oh, here's one already on here. We were going to write it down. It's right here. Make a list. Do you ever make a meal plan as well? Yeah. So if you know what meals you're going to have, you can start making like an ingredient list and make a list. So would you say this one's like the most important one to you personally, or do you like any of these others more?
I like the list one because it helps me, like, it saves time too whenever you're going to the grocery store instead of walking around not knowing what you're getting and forgetting what you need from home. But I really also like the buy on sale near expiration date.
Cool. And then you can always like hopefully freeze those items too. So let's put this item near the top. That's one of the most important ones too, is making a list and sticking to it. And that avoids those impulse buys that we really want. Second one, you said expiration date. Let's put that next. Now, are either of these helpful to you, or do you, is there a one?
Yeah, they're all helpful, I think.
Okay.
I'd say from there, probably eat before going out.
Okay, cool.
'Cause I typically start getting hungry, but I don't really have much money to buy food.
There we go. And then we'll rank that last one on the bottom.
Buying generic or store brands.
Yeah. All right, cool. So we have these neat tips up here, like making a list. But are there any other cool tips from the audience that you guys would like to share that maybe we could add to our board?
Oh, I also save money by purchasing produce that is all in season.
That's really awesome. Are there any other cool tips that we could put up on our board?
And I like to use customer reward cards and coupons.
That's an excellent tip. Now we can put that up on our board and maybe vote on it as a group to see which one's most helpful. That's it. That's all. I love it. 4 o'clock is lunchtime. Come on in, Del. Hi. Okay.
It's good.
I reserved the conference room, but it got filled up. That's another excellent tip. We're also going to add that to our